Hi, I'm Carol Jurgensen-Sheets, aka Carol the Coach, and this video is for addicts. Now, hopefully you have been in good recovery. You've been working a solid program. You have been working on your relationship with your family, with your wife, or whoever you live with. So you've been doing both. You've been doing the relational thing and you've been doing the individual recovery thing. And you've got a year in. Let's just say you have a year in. And so a couple of things happen at year one, and I wanted to talk to you about that. You probably have, if you're married, done a disclosure, and you probably have a schedule that is pretty ingrained. You're going to meetings, you're talking to your sponsor weekly, you are reading, praying, meditating. You are possibly going to a sex addicts group. And I don't mean a 12-step group, I mean a therapy group. You're seeing a CSAT, somebody who is certified in sexual addiction. And you're doing what you need to relationally. You're developing empathy. You're allowing accountability tools to hold you accountable and to build trust and safety in your wife. Okay, you're rocking it. And it shows. It shows to the men that you're working with, and it shows to your therapist. And yet oftentimes, at about a year, you'll run into a problem with your wife because she won't feel like it's enough. Now, what I mean by that is that deep down inside, she will have wanted more connection. And that connection is really difficult to establish. It's because you probably don't know where to go. You don't know how to connect with her. I mean, hopefully you've read my book, Help Her Heal, and so you know about focused listening, reflective listening, great eye contact, and then you're using empathy tools like AVR, acknowledging the issue, validating the feeling, and reassuring her that you're different. And you're doing trigger busters. So when she's triggered, you're noticing it. You're saying, I see it. What do I need to do to get you through this? You're reminding her that the trigger is not about the current, present day issue. It's linked to the past. It's a lot of work to do relational connection with your wife after a betrayal, but it is what you have to do to make it better. Can you see him back there? But here's the deal. The deal is that she's afraid to trust. She's afraid to give you her heart again. Not only does she not want to get duped, but she doesn't want to feel those incredible feelings of insecurity, of inadequacy. You know, she thought she knew you, and then she didn't. You kept that addict from her. You kept that secret. And you probably did that for years and years and years. And so it's going to take longer than a year to build up the trust. Okay? And I do want you to keep working at it. I know she may say, come here, go away. Or she may say, I hate you, don't leave me. Or she may say, I notice what you're doing to improve. And the next day she may go, nothing is new. Absolutely nothing is new. I am sick of this. And it can be very, very, very discouraging. And so I want you to keep this video close because I know how discouraging it can be. And I want to be an encourager to you that you can get through this, that you have to wear your Teflon, You have to let criticism and doubt and mistrust roll right off of you. You have to imagine yourself in a force field of plexiglass so that you can see out, you can see what's coming, but you don't take it personally. You've got to do all those things to manage this storm. And when you do, you're in post-traumatic growth. And that's always exactly where you need to be. So don't expect her to be your encourager, because if I've heard it once, my goodness, I've heard it a million times. Wives will say, I am not going to cheerlead. I am not going to celebrate. I'm not going to applaud good behavior, because that's what I should have gotten all along. That's what they'll say. And they're right. Now, what I say to them is all human beings need some positive reinforcement. So please, please, please find a way to reinforce his positive behavior. You don't have to cheerlead. You don't have to do cartwheels. You don't have to buy balloons. But please occasionally say, I really notice a change in you. Or I am so thankful that you're working your recovery so hard. Or I can tell we're trying to connect. But if she can't do that, don't expect it. That may not come until year 2 or 3. So I wanted to help you put it in perspective and not give up. I want you to encourage yourself and find others to encourage you, to notice the difference, to cheer you on. And I know it's rough. I know that you caused it. You remember, that's the number one thing she wants to know. She wants to know that you caused this trauma. And every time you remind her, you'll be reassuring her that you haven't forgotten. And when you reassure her that you haven't forgotten, you don't make things worse. You make things better, because you're holding yourself accountable. Okay, I'm Carol the coach, and I want you to remember this video. And when you need a boost of confidence, positivity, compassion, flip this YouTube on. And just remember, not only am I going to give you that, but I'm also going to set the expectations that this may not really show results until year 2 or 3. That's what trauma is all about.